I have to do my clap at the beginning, or else it's not a Nala video. So today, I honestly just wanted to talk about 2021. I know we're in 2022. It's the first day. I don't know when I'll post this, but today is the first day of 2022. Thank goodness. 2021, it's kind of a flop. It's kind of an L for me, you know. Outside of what was going on in the world with all the was that the presidential stuff this year? Or was it last year? Oh, I don't know. There was a lot of politics going on this year. Other than that, we were living through a global pandemic, so that's not very fun. And I just have been like kind of restless, you know, because I've been doing school, so even though school is very stressful, it kind of throws a bunch of things at me, and sometimes I kind of need that because my brain always goes 8,000 directions anyway, so it kind of tells me what to do when I'm going in those different directions, but it's sometimes not fun though. But yeah, 2021 was kind of an L in other ways as well, just in regards to my social life and my personal development. I lost a lot of friends, and it really, really broke my heart because I genuinely thought that a lot of these people were going to be in my life for life. I thought they were going to be for a lifer. But yeah, it's just not fun losing friends. And a lot of it also kind of made me go through some personal development, and I grew a lot, somewhat, kind of. 2021 was more of a year of realization for me. It wasn't really me growing too much. I matured, for sure I matured, but the growth hasn't officially happened because I realized a lot of these things kind of late on in the year. So I started trying to make changes, but then when you're being pulled 8,000 directions from school, it's kind of hard to make the official changes. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the things that I have learned in 2021 and kind of share them with you guys. Hopefully that they can help you guys, but honestly, also because I have not talked to anyone about any of these things. I have not seen my therapist in over a month. Kind of miss her. We're going to get back together when I go back to school. But I haven't seen my therapist in over a month. Lost my best friend, so couldn't talk to her about it. And yeah, I just didn't have anyone that I was really close to talk about these things, so I guess I'm going to share it with you guys, but we're not getting too deep because this is social media. So yeah, I guess I'll title this video 2021 Made Me Realize I'm a Mess. If I don't, it'll be something like that, you know. But the first reason that 2021 made me realize that I was a mess is because it made me realize that I am a people pleaser. I prioritize people over me in almost every aspect of my life. And part of the reason that I started doing this, honestly, I started as a child, it was kind of just so that I could seem good, you know. I wanted to be a good girl. I wanted to get the praise from my parents and other people's parents and, you know, hear, oh, she's so, you know, like this or that, like praises from other people's parents and everything. And that's all funny, that's all nice and stuff, but like at the end of the day, it comes back to bite you when you realize that you're not praising yourself, you know? You're not proud of who you are because you're not doing what you want to do. So I had to realize that, and honestly, that's part of why I lost a lot of the friends that I did. I grew a backbone, and once I realized I was people-pleasing, I was like, okay, let me catch myself. So I caught myself a couple times, stood up for myself, people got mad, and then cut off. They were too mad about me standing up for myself. They're like, you're not gonna do that. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah, I started standing up for myself a lot more, but the people pleasing is still definitely in effect. Sorry, I just got a text. But people pleasing is definitely still in effect. Trying to cut it down and work my way down because it's really hard to go from 100 to 0, I guess, 0 to 100, whatever, with the whole people pleasing thing, because when you try to get out of it and when you try to stop pleasing people, then people make a big deal about it and you feel like you're being mean and you question yourself. But it's not even you. You're not doing anything wrong. In reality, you're just standing up for yourself and people are not used to it. So that's really what it is. So it's a work in progress. I'm still making, steps towards that, but I'm definitely putting my foot down in 2022 because I'm not going to be walked all over. It is not fun. It's not for me. Another thing that I learned is that I wasn't doing things for myself. So this kind of gets into the people pleasing as well. So there's two aspects of this I want to talk about, like appearance wise and just like doing things and being myself in actions. So appearance first. Appearance, I would do different things because I know that I would get compliments. It sounds like I was fishing for compliments, and honestly, I wasn't really fishing for compliments more than I was fishing for approval because I didn't give approval to myself, I didn't have the confidence in myself to think that my opinion was enough. So I would look for approval for different things. Let's say, did my hair a certain way because I know that people would like it like this, or wear something because I know people would like it like this. And that's just something that I've noticed. If we're going to go into this more specifically, since we're being real here, a lot of the time it had to do with men. Not all the time, but a lot of time. For appearance, it had to do with men. So I would do different things, wear different things because I would get more positive feedback from guys, and it was just a whole lot. It was kind of a mess. But how am I going to say this? I started realizing that it was kind of a problem because with the whole appearance thing, I started getting less confident about my physical body. I'm going to make a video on this, but I guess I could talk about this a little bit now too, in case I don't, because I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it fully. But like, I've been struggling with my body. I'm skinny. I am 118 pounds, and I have a kind of athletic build, but like, I store all of my weight on my lower body. But only part of my lower body that has all the weight is my thighs. And I'm kind of straight up and down, but just like, Here, I'm gonna give you an example. I have these sweatpants. The sweatpants, they kind of cause a lot of commotion. They're super cute. I would show you them, but they're dirty. The brand is Body by Raven Tracy. Check her out. A black woman-owned business. But I have these black sweatpants, and they say body on the butt. And they're super cute, and they make me feel so confident when I wear them because they're like kind of snug, but they're very warm and just comfy and cozy, and they're high-waisted. So I feel really confident wearing them. I posted a picture of me wearing these sweatpants, and I was like sitting on the floor being extra because I fell. My friend took a picture of me on FaceTime. And like guys were messaging me saying, "Oh, you finally got thick. Them workouts are finally paying off." And I'd be like, haha, LOL, because like these people are supposed to be like my friends or distant friends, or I don't know. But I'm just like, why are they saying finally, Like I have such a problem with that. When people have a problem with your body and feel the need to express it to you. So when they say that I'm finally getting thick, it's almost like I wasn't living up to a standard that they had in their head. And now that I somehow look this way, that is up to par with their standards, they're just gonna keep messaging me about it and saying, "Oh, you look good." Where was this energy before? Like, you were still in my phone before. But why do you feel the need to tell me that, you approve of my appearance? Because you're not doing anything for me except for just sharing your opinion that I didn't even need. It just builds insecurity because the side of me that is still people pleasing, specifically for men, is just like, oh, I got positive feedback. Oh, I wasn't like enough for them before, so I have to get like this. And I just really did not like that. Like, it really rubbed me the wrong way. So I've started working out, and not to build muscle specifically, but just because it kind of makes me feel like I'm taking power back, I'm working out more to get strong. And just because also helps with my emotions and stuff, because endorphins. It feels like I'm taking my power back instead of having people comment on my body constantly and just say, oh, it's not enough. I'm not changing it for them, and I'm not trying to build anything for them. I'm just literally getting stronger, and it makes me feel like I have control over my body, because when people constantly say things about your body and I'm not going to get into it, but I've had some experiences where I physically did not have control of my body either. It's just kind of traumatizing, you know? And so it makes me feel like I'm taking my power back in my body. I guess for my body, of my body. So yeah, that's more like appearance wise. Like action wise, I'd kind of, how can I say this? I kind of prioritize what other people would think about things that I would do over my own opinion about them. So let's say I wanted to start painting or start acting or something random. I would think about what other people would think about this. They wouldn't tell me that they think it. I would just assume, oh, they would think this, they would think that, so I'm not gonna do it. I talk myself out of doing things. And part of it, honestly, is not even other people. This is more me, like, wow. Wait, this is more me just sharing my fears to myself and talking myself out of it, but blaming it on other people in this aspect, not the looks aspect. So yeah, I would just not do things. The main reason is probably because I was scared, but I'd make up 8,000 excuses and say, oh, people will think this and that if I do this, and talk myself out of it. So I just want to get to a point where I prioritize what I want to do and do it. Like, another thing that I learned is that you can always change your mindset in any situation. So basically, a lot of the reason I didn't accomplish a lot of the things that I wanted, even if it was little, even if I wanted to study in the library for 3 hours, I didn't accomplish it sometimes because of my mind. My mind races a lot. So I would literally be sitting there, let's say I'm in the library, racing my mind and be like, okay, I can't focus, I'm gonna leave. And instead, I should like maybe meditate, get into a certain mindset so that I can accomplish what I want to do. So I think that's a really big thing for me. I need to just get into a mindset and achieve my goals. And I have to realize that achieving goals is not only physical, but you have to put your mind into it and, you know, then you could do it. And it's really hard to strengthen your mind because it's such a powerful muscle. Yeah, muscle, I guess. But I'm trying to make my mind stronger so that I can do what I want to do and not be controlled by so many external factors and even internal factors. The last thing I learned, combining them. I've learned how to not be petty, even when the situation kind of justifies me being petty. We're not going to go too deep into that. I'm not giving examples, but, you know, take it as you will. And along with that, I've also learned how to use the block and unfollow button. I unfollow people even if I still care about them and like them. If you trigger me, I'm gonna unfollow you, respectfully. I just feel like it's not that deep. I've been seeing a lot of things on people's stories. I'm also on a lot of people's private stories and they're slightly too comfortable with me and they say any type of things and it be triggering me. I don't know how to leave close friends' private stories, at least on like certain apps. I know how to do it on Snap, but not, you know, other apps. Actually, I don't know how to do it on Snap. I don't really want all that on my page, so I'll literally be unfollowing and blocking people if needed. Moral of the story. Moral of the story. In 2022, we've kind of glowed up. Well, we are in the process of glowing up mentally, and the physical is already happening, so. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm gonna be filming a lot more this year because I think it's really therapeutic for me to just talk my feelings out to a camera. So I might be posting some, I might not be posting, but I'm gonna be back here a little bit more and just trying to get better at YouTube because I'm honestly, don't know if you could tell, I'm a little awkward sometimes, socially awkward. I love talking to people, but that doesn't mean that I'm not awkward when I do it. So if you feel a little uncomfortable, it's okay. I feel a little bit too. We'll get there. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, all that, and goodbye.